Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, crypto traders and investors. It's Rod with Pow Group, your home for MJ Stocks, crypto assets, news and interviews. Today is Monday. It's November 3rd. Hope you had a great weekend. I'm a little under the weather. I didn't get the video yesterday, but we'll try to get through it as best I can today. These news update videos can go a little long, so hopefully my voice stays with me. But we'll do another rapid fire news update, this time for the period October 25th to the 31st. And again, it's not a deep dive detail, it's just a high level overview. In case you missed it. Before we get to it, make sure to smash the like. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell. You'll be notified when I post new content. And I do these rapid fire news videos each and every week. And as always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. And you can follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPal. I do want to start off by saying, got a little upset earlier today. Not super upset, but if you're gonna follow me on X, okay, because I this person was following me. So clearly he got some value out of what I'm doing. But I posted this, right? Like, you'll get a block instantly. I have no time for bullshit, okay? All I did was post this. Thank the heavens. Nancy Pelosi will not seek re-election next year. Do you, like, this person commented, oh, and Republican pedophiles are better. Like, give your head a shake. I'm not talking about parties. I'm not talking about one side of the aisle or the other, left, blue, red. None of that makes any sense. Like, I don't even care. I'm Canadian. I posted it because she has $250 million net worth, or like almost $500 million, I'm pretty sure, and she only makes like $250,000 a year, or like I think it's like $300 million a year. So it's clearly insider trading, and that needs to be eradicated. It doesn't matter if you're left, right, blue, purple, red. Everybody should be in jail for insider trading and suffer the same fate as us. And if you're seeing a post like this on X, at first I thought it was a bot, but then he like responded to my response. I was just like, dude, like, you need to take a lap, basically. Like, it's just ridiculous how so triggered people get, and like, it's all one government, folks. Like, if you don't like it, move or shut the hell up. Because like, I could care less. It's insane. If you're getting that triggered, you need to go get your head checked. Like, you need to go into anger management, or you need to go like really like focus on yourself. Because if you're getting that emotionally fired up just based on somebody posting something on X, like, you've got bigger problems at hand. And yeah, good luck, because all those people, if you're one of those people that get easily triggered like that, you're going to need all the help you can get. Let's put it that way. Anyways, now that we got that nonsense out of the way, and again, you'll learn a block. I have no problem blocking you, and it won't faze me at all. That'll be the last time we ever interact. So if you want to come with your childish nonsense, okay, I'm here, to help people, and it's just ridiculous, the state of affairs that you got some of these people in. But clearly the elites are doing exactly what they want to do. They want to divide everybody, and now's not the time. Like, just love each other, like, lift each other up. Like, why the hell? It's so insane to me. All right, so we'll jump right into it. Just in, Rex Osprey's XRP ETF. Can't remember if I posted this on the last update, but passed 100 million in assets under management in under a month. Just imagine what's going to happen whenever all the ETFs go live. Also, JP Morgan will accept Bitcoin and Ether as collateral for loans as they capitulate. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon admits he was wrong about Bitcoin and crypto. It's real. It will be used by all of us. This comes from the same person who said it was, it's basically the devil, and if he catches any of their employees promoting it to clients, they'd all be fired. And then it was later on found out that during that same year, I think it was 2017, 2018, JP Morgan was actually buying Bitcoin. They were one of the biggest buyers of Bitcoin. Like, it's so unethical, but they're just talking their book, right? They knew this from the beginning. They just wanted to keep the price down so that they could accumulate more, right? The greedy SOBs. Also, Michael Saylor says we're hearing rumors that major banks in the U.S. will start to buy Bitcoin in the first half of 2026. And we're already seeing that around the world. Also, Evernorth officially announces their $1 billion XRP treasury expansion. So Evernorth is a SPAC, and it's led by Ashish Birla, who was a longtime employee at Ripple, and David Schwartz. But yeah, this is everything is aligning. This is also Ripple Swell Week. It starts tomorrow, and So it's November 3rd and 4th. But yeah, Gemini posted, it's feeling like an XRP and Ripple coated week, I think it was. But absolutely, it's going to be an interesting week. Market continues to be just seeing tons of downside here at the moment, but we'll see if we can get back into the green territory here after Ripple swell. Who knows? Maybe we get an announcement or two. Also, this was circulated from Newsmax. They were talking live about how using XRP could eliminate the U.S. national debt. Folks, I believe that the U.S. dollar was to create to solve multiple problems. Basically all the trust issues that you have with countries around the world because they can just trust alphanumeric code. Not only that, it's going to eradicate the U.S. debt because they're going to be able to create these stable coins. They're just going to be printing money out of thin air, essentially. And I do believe that the government created Bitcoin as well. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. Tucker Carlson, we got some updates on that in the not too distant future. But also financial inclusion, right? You're going to be able to tap into a couple billion people that are unbanked or underbanked. And they're going to be able to, these corporations and businesses, they're going to be able to make, right? It's all about profits, money, money, money. And they're going to be able to bring in these 2 billion people into the economy, right? And they're going to be able to charge them fees and, services and products. So it's all about money at the end of the day and paying off that debt. And it's only going to make the U.S. dollar stronger, right? Because these stable coins have to hold treasuries and back to 1-to-1. So in my opinion, it's going to be, there's a multitude of issues that it's solving. Also, Canada set to, and it's totally traceable too, right? Like they'll completely, it's all open source, right? It's all traceable, trackable, so they'll be able to basically keep tabs on everybody, control. But some people don't like that, but it is what it is. Also, Canada set to introduce stablecoin framework soon. The lack of comprehensive legal framework has led regulators to classify stablecoins as securities or derivatives, so we'll keep tabs on that. But in terms of crypto and any kind of gains and things like that, it's treated like capital gains here in Canada, similar to a stock. Also, Spot, Solana, Litecoin, and HBAR ETF set to go live. So they went live last Tuesday. And so Solana was BSOL, you got LTCC, and HBR. Litecoin only had like 1 million or something like that assets under management. HBAR had like 34 million last time I checked. And I think Solana was in like the 200 or 300 million. But yeah, they're kind of lackluster. It wasn't the biggest rollout. I expected Litecoin to be the most kind of lacking. And that's exactly what we've seen. But Grayscale also debuts Solana ETF, joining Bitwise in the Sol staking ETF race. So I did add a little bit of the HBR ETF in my TFSA tax-free savings account for the long term. I added it in my RSP. My TFSA is maxed out, so I might look to add it in my TFSA here come early 2026 when we get that new contribution room. Also, top legal expert slams regulators for holding back XRP amid ETF delay. And, it's so true. It's just like, the problem child, the bastard child. But you know what it is? They're saving the best for last. They're trying to kick the can down the road as long as they possible. They know they can't stop it. They can certainly try and slow it down. But we've got some updates with regards to XRP ETF coming in just a moment. Also, PayPal signs deal with OpenAI to become the first payments wallet in ChatGPT. And Amazon had some news today with a partnership with them as well. So we're very, very close to the mainstream media, mainstream phase, right? Global adoption and just critical mass. Also, Coinbase earnings tops estimates and helped by robust trading volume. So they earned $1.50 per share and revenue of $1.87 billion in the third quarter, topping analysts' expectations. Also, Justin Canary Funds has filed an updated S1 for its XRP spot ETF, delaying amendment, the clause that prevents a filing from going auto-effective and gives the SEC control over timing. And Bitwise and Van Eck have submitted their updating filings for their XRP S1 applications. And then to top it off here, Eric Balchunas, Bitwise, just updated their XRP ETF filing to include exchange NYSE and fee of 30.34%, which are typically the last boxes to check Amendment 4. So who knows, folks? Could be tomorrow, could be this week, could be next week. Could be very, very soon where XRP ETFs go live as well. We know with that accelerated listing standards, it essentially enabled them to list it even during a government shutdown. Speaking of government, Tucker Carlson claims Bitcoin was made by the CIA and rejects investing in it. I don't know if I would, like, I'll go on here and I've said it on this channel many times. I believe it was the CIA. I believe it was some three-letter agency in the U.S. Maybe even, I think Raoul Pal has said it was the basically the European government and the U.S. in cohorts. Like he believes they work together on it. I bet you it was probably multiple governments around the world. You just don't see this happen, right? And then all the governments, it just wouldn't happen, right? We're in like this one world global order, right? As much as you hate that, and I know there's a lot of, conspiracy land we're getting into and all that stuff, but it's, I can't imagine anything else that would make any bit of sense. If it was made by some sort of terrorist group or North Korea or whatever, like there's no way that in hell that the U.S. government would adopt it, right? They know who created it. There's even a video saying Homeland Security, they met with the four Satoshi. So it's a group of people and like they just sweep it under the rug. It's like, it doesn't matter. And Tucker Carlson's like, yes, it matters. And I've been saying on this channel for many, many years, of course it matters. Imagine investing in Apple and not knowing who the founder was. That's pretty crazy to think about. And yeah, like this guy comes and says the quiet part out loud. I'd be really quiet if I were him, though, because it's Tucker Carlson. And you know what they friggin' do? If you start spewing stuff they don't want you to be spewing, you might not have too many breaths left. Let's put it that way. I'd be pretty careful if I were you, Tucker. It's one thing for me to come on here and say, like, it's one thing for me to come on here and say this on a small YouTube channel, but given your audience, I'd be really, really careful. But yeah, it was, I'm like 1,000% sure it was a group of governments, and it was definitely, I believe the U.S. definitely had a role to play in it. And then Lex Friedman says, Satoshi Nakamoto should be awarded the Nobel Prize in economics. Okay, so the governments around the world should be awarded the Nobel Prize. Like the SHA-256 hash was created by the NSA, right? So I believe it was probably like in coercion with NSA and the CIA. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. We might never know who created it, and I think that's by design. But yeah, it's just so stupid when you think about it. At the end of the day, it's like, we don't know who created it. Like, of course that's the only thing that makes sense, right? There's nothing else that makes any sense. Certainly wasn't some dude in his basement and then all the whole world just got on board, and the US got on board, every country around the world got on board. Okay, no, it was created by governments, and yeah, it's ridiculous. But again, I can't believe he came out and said that. Also, Treasury Secretary Bessent meets with Singapore Prime Minister to increase adoption of crypto and stablecoins. So again, folks, why would all the governments just let this happen, right? If it's literally changing the financial system, right? And the world is controlled by governments and central banks. So why in the hell would they allow it to happen if they didn't create it, or at least have partial kind of during the initial stages if they didn't participate in some way, right? And we know with Ethereum, JP Morgan was involved from before the mainnet launch, and that was even said by Joe Lubin, right? So like all these central banks, these big banks, they had their paws in it from the beginning, and then they lied about it, said it was garbage, and now JP Morgan's capitulating, right? Also, U.S. Secretary Scott Bessent says that the United States and China are expected to sign a trade agreement within the next week, and this was on Halloween, so hopefully this will put an end to the bleeding here at the moment. Also, Christine Lagarde says the EU is accelerating its CBDC plans. They expect a full digital euro rollout by 2029. And again, I know a lot of people don't like CBDCs, but there's going to be countries that do CBDCs. There's going to be some that just rely on stablecoins and the private sector. But at the end of the day, there's going to be there's no stopping it, right? Some countries are going to do what they want to do. It's just the way it goes. Not all countries are the same. Not all governments are the same. So it is what it is. And Ripple does make CBDCs like solutions for countries, but who cares? If countries are going to do it anyway, you might as well have the company that's going to help facilitate it, right? And whether or not you agree with it or not, that's kind of beside the fact. The fact is that these countries are either going to, the governments are just going to do it themselves, or they're going to rely on the private sector. And Ripple is becoming the Amazon of crypto. And here's even more proof as we continue on here. But Ripple today deployed $900 million in RLUSD stablecoins for humanitarian aid with World Central Kitchen, Water.org, and Mercy Corps. So love to see that. Giving back. and they just got so much money. Coinbase is also in late stage talks reportedly to acquire stablecoin startup BVNK in a $2 billion deal per Bloomberg. And yeah, it's just like how much money, like it's insane how much money these companies make, right? Coinbase and Ripple, like every time you turn around, it's like, oh, this company they acquired for $1 billion, 200 million, $500 million. It's just insane to see. And then Ripple's launching digital asset spot prime brokerage services in the U.S. This came out as well today. And like I said, right ahead of Ripple Swell. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we get some fireworks into the rest of the week. But yeah, I'll just end it here by saying, like, folks, the government, like the elites, the whole plan right now is to divide and conquer, right? They're trying to divide all of our citizens. And I just can't believe you can post something on X and it just, it triggers these people this much. If you're somebody who's getting triggered, and don't listen to me, I'm just looking out for you. Like, I genuinely am concerned about your well-being. If you're one of those people who sees something posted on social media about a party, whether it's left, right, blue, red, okay, and you find yourself getting instantly triggered, ask yourself why that is. Why am I allowing myself to get this triggered? Why am I getting this upset? Why don't I have better control over my emotions, right? And the sooner that you realize that pretty much 80 to 90% of all governments are bad, right? Government literally means control. Like, they don't have our best interests at heart at all, right? They're there to serve themselves for the most part, right? Not all, but it's true, right? And all I'm saying is, if you're somebody who's getting that triggered by a social media post, you better go, like, spend some time on yourself, go see a therapist or something, because it's not good. It's not healthy to be that triggered, to be that, pissed off about something so futile. Like, it's just, yeah, man, I just, maybe I'll do a small prayer tonight for these people, because holy crap, I can't imagine seeing a post on social media and dropping a pedophile line. It's just like, when I didn't even allude to anything, it's just, oh my God. So like I said, I care about people. And when I see that kind of stuff going on, it's like, what is your, like, relationships with your family? What is your relationships with your friends or, your acquaintances like, if you're this kind of toxic person, right? Like, you're probably going to be a very lonely individual, right? So you best, like, smack that stuff out of you now, right? And do like me. Just hate all governments, hate all politics, and life gets way better, right? Then you're not on one side versus the other and attacking people. It's just, anyways. But yeah, you post any kind of nonsense, I'm not gonna entertain it whatsoever. All right, let me know what you think of this news in the comment section below. It's Rod with Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth, and we'll see you on the next one.